You transferred her. I guess you wanted
to be Hunter's King.
Shiloh the Shuttle Man. Interview, take one.
First.
Done. The interview has began.
Not yet.
Not yet. I gotta go.
Natalie's gonna scram so I can
We're
interview
sharing
Shiloh.
This beer, so.
That's such a tiny little beer. Like,
I know.
put it in my hand real quick.
I don't
No, come here.
trust
Put the
you.
can in my hand real quick.
No, thanks.
It's rolling. You're on tape.
No, in your hand it'll look smaller.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like it in her hand. It looks bigger.
That's what she said.
Exactly.
You want to say anything before the interview starts and you leave, Nat, after you're done sipping that beer?
Hello, camera.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's playing World of Warcraft. I'm just trying to interview
That's
him.
wrong hand. But this wrong hand.
No, but go down.
In a world, I gotta take her mailbox out.
Are you killing her? Because you're too lazy to look up the.
She's unnecessary.
But that's your demon
World
hunter,
of Warcraft,
right?
guys.
No.
Oh, it's 93.98.
So, Shiloh is one of my best friends in this entire world, and we're about to interview him and see a little bit of insight to Shiloh's life whenever he's done with his World of Warcrafting.
You can start it right now.
I'm gonna wait till I have your undivided attention.
You have my undivided attention. I am doing stuff like randomly right now.
Yeah, well, and here we are. Would you like to introduce yourself, my friend?
Jared Shiloh Davison, 41 years old. When I was 39, I came and worked as a smart bus driver. But before I started, I had a random conversation with two drivers and a mechanic. The mechanic turned out to be in want of heart. But I said, wouldn't it be weird if I went by my middle name? And then I could say, welcome to the Shiloh Shuttle. It has evolved a little bit past that since then. But my mechanic immediately was like, you will have so much more fun in Skagway if you go by Shiloh. And I didn't even ask people. Like, my bosses started calling me Shiloh immediately. My drivers started calling me Shiloh immediately. It was interesting.
And how exactly did you and I meet?
Oh. Well, you have memory of a meeting that I don't. But basically, I volunteer to designate drive for the entire town on festival days. And so all night long, from like 5 to 1 a.m., I'll pick up people and drive them to the festival for free. And my boss, Greg Clem, donates a shuttle, and I volunteer to drive it. And he doesn't even ask other people these days because, like, everybody wants me to do it, and I'm the best at it. And anyways, a random giant dude who was possibly afflicted by substances got on my bus and then was like, this is so fun, I'm just not going to get off. And we made friends, and he's like, come to my birthday party, but because of your employee housing situation, you can just bring random people over. Like, I had to be a good friend, and so you just have to tell everybody you've known me for 20 years. I'm like, okay, 2003. Like, that's when I met you. We've known each other for 20 years. And you're like, yeah, I was 3. But we graduated high school together. I graduated high school in 2001.
And who was that giant dude friend?
Oh, that was Cade Kiger, who randomly goes by Bubba, despite the fact that his fucking government name is Badass.
Heck yeah. And so after that, we became very good friends. And, you know, I've learned a lot about you. You've learned a lot about me. But if there's anything you want people to know about your life, you know, between Idaho and Alaska and all that, is there anything, you know, any cool stories you'd like to share?
Cool stories. Become a real man. Become a man that realizes that the power is intrinsic within you and does not require you to be bombastic or vicious or mean. Like, if you know who you are, which that's a whole other story. Bubba can ask me about that later. But if you know who you are and know right from wrong and have a strong moral foundation, like, you can become a leader. And that's where the true power of individuality comes in, because you don't have to force people to do your will. You can inspire people to become better versions of themselves.
I really like that. I know what you just said might play into the next question I have, but do you have any personal life advice that you could just give to any random layman? Just random life advice you could spit out, or any, like,
Take the plunge.
take the plunge. And what does that mean?
If you have the opportunity to become better and the gusto to work for it, even if you have the opportunity to make yourself just 20% better, it'll open up the opportunities to increase yourself. I came here, I became a driver, I became an inspiration to passengers and townsfolk. I have a CDL now. I can increase my CDL to in more intense levels. I can drive more intense things. From there, I can move up to my dream of homeowner and helicopter pilot.
So, one last thing is, if you'd like to give some insight to your job description, I know one of your favorite ways to say it is driving people 4/10 of a mile.
No, I transport souls.
Transport souls 4/10 of a mile.
No, that's just on
Ship shuttle.
anybody who gets on my bus. I am there to inspire them. Most of the people that get on my bus are on vacation. When you're on vacation, the best mental possibility I can think is, let's go. Adventure. See things. Have an amazing time. But if you don't have that mental outlook, I will do my damnedest to instill it in you.
So, you do transport souls. And when you're on ship shuttle and transporting those souls 4/10 of a mile to their ship at a time, whether you're driving Smart Bus from, 3rd to 7th on Broadway and back, and occasionally to their ship, I know you probably don't want to do this right now, but for all intensive purposes of the interview, I've ridden on your shuttle multiple times, and one of my favorite things is hearing the Shiloh shuttle bit. I know you might not be able to do it as loud as possible right now because it is late and your windows are open. But Shiloh, if you could, just for the purposes of this video, do your Shiloh shuttle bit.
It's 7:49 p.m.
It is 7:49.
Hold on, it's totally fine. You ready?
I'm so ready. And so, for the people that don't know, if you're just a random vacation goer getting on Shiloh's bus or Smart Shuttle, this is what you'll hear 99% of the time. So, please go ahead, Shiloh. Take it away.
I'm taking off in the blink of an eye, but slower than the speed of light. Going for an amazing ride, letting your hearts take flight. We're going to build a library with how hard we book it. Combining the spirit of the Golden Fleece and Mount Olympus into one epic journey, making lifelong friends, our souls majestic as all mountains. Welcome, friends, neighbors, precious passengers, to Skagway and the Shiloh Shuttle!
And that, my friends, has been Jared Shiloh Davison, or as I call him, Shiloh the Shuttle Man. That was amazing, Shiloh. Exactly what I wanted to hear. Is there any last line or any last bits you want to leave for this video and to the audience that's seeing you?
I don't have whimsy lines. I don't have witty lines. Put your full heart into everything that you do. And other people around you will put their full heart into interacting with you.
Would you like to tell a joke that you tell on the shuttle, perchance? Such as, why don't salmon have cable?
I don't tell that joke, but they do prefer streams.
Ah, but what about that salmon that went head first into a brick wall?
He was like, damn.
And what did that wall say back?
What a dumbass.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Shiloh the Shuttle Man, one of my best friends in the entire world. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, don't sweat the petty stuff.
Pet the sweaty stuff.
My dog! Hell yeah. All right.